Hello fam, welcome back to Africa. Explored, please subscribe and click on the notification button, and let's get into today's video. West Africa is a region of vibrant cultures, a tapestry woven with threads of ancient traditions and modern aspirations. It's a land where the rhythm of drums echoes through bustling markets and where colorful festivals celebrate a deep and resilient history. But beneath this vibrant surface lies a complex web of politics, a landscape shaped by both cooperation and conflict. For years, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, stood as the main symbol of unity, a beacon of hope for regional integration. ECOWAS was created to foster peace, to prevent conflicts and promote stability across its member states. It aimed to foster cooperation and drive economic growth, creating a shared prosperity for all West Africans. It brought leaders together to tackle shared challenges, from security threats to economic disparities, and pursue common goals, working hand in hand to build a better future for the region. But the political landscape is shifting, and the ground beneath ECOWAS is no longer as solid as it once seemed. Recently, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali decided to leave ECOWAS, a move that sent shockwaves throughout the region, shaking the foundation of regional unity and raising serious questions about the future of West African integration. In response, Nigeria has proposed a new bloc, the West African Economic Sphere, or WAES, an alternative vision for regional cooperation. Now, West Africa faces a new dynamic, an established ECOWAS with fewer members, its influence potentially diminished, and a proposed WAES that could reshape alliances, creating new power dynamics and potentially fragmenting the region. Nigeria's invitation to the three breakaway states is a pivotal moment, a fork in the road that will determine the future trajectory of West Africa. This is more than a political dispute. It's about the future direction of an entire region, its economic prospects, and the well-being of its people. To understand what's at stake, we need to look at why ECOWAS was formed, what it achieved, the successes it celebrated, and why some members walked away, what grievances led to this dramatic departure. This isn't just a disagreement. It's a reflection of changing priorities and leadership, a sign of the evolving political landscape in West Africa. The story of ECOWAS and the emerging WAES is the story of a region at a crossroads, facing a critical decision that will shape its destiny. Will West Africa move toward greater integration, strengthening its bonds and working together for a common future, or deeper division, with fractured alliances and competing interests pulling the region apart? The answer will shape the lives of millions, impacting their opportunities, their security, and their future prospects. In this video, we'll explore the real story behind Nigeria's invitation, delving into the motivations and the potential consequences, and what it means for the region, examining the broader implications for West Africa and the African continent as a whole. We'll examine the roots of ECOWAS, tracing its origins and understanding its initial goals, the reasons for the split, and the stakes of this new rivalry, uncovering the underlying tensions and the competing interests at play. The future of West Africa is being rewritten right now, with each decision and each alliance shaping the region's destiny. Let's dive in and explore this complex and critical moment in West African history. ECOWAS was born in 1975, a time of great optimism and hope for the future of West Africa. It emerged from a powerful idea to unite West Africa, fostering collaboration and shared prosperity for all its nations. Leaders envisioned a region where colonial-era barriers would be dismantled, paving the way for seamless integration and cooperation. The ultimate goal was to create a single, robust trading bloc, boosting economic growth and opportunity across the region. Central to this vision was the free movement of people, allowing citizens to travel and reside freely within the member states. The free flow of goods and services, an African version of the European Union, a beacon of regional integration and cooperation. Over time, ECOWAS evolved, becoming more than just an economic project, expanding its mandate to address a wider range of challenges. It transformed into a force for peace and security, actively working to resolve conflicts and maintain stability in the region. It set up protocols for democracy, promoting good governance and the rule of law across its member states. It established a regional court, and even undertook peacekeeping missions in places like Liberia and Sierra Leone, demonstrating its commitment to regional stability. The ECOWAS passport became a powerful symbol of shared identity, representing the collective aspirations of the West African people. Its protocol on free movement dramatically changed lives, fostering greater interaction and exchange among citizens. Citizens could travel, work, and live across borders without visas, breaking down barriers and fostering a sense of shared belonging. This boosted trade and kept families connected, strengthening social and economic ties across the region. This freedom made the dream of a united West Africa real for millions, offering new opportunities and a brighter future. But despite these achievements, challenges persisted, hindering the full realization of the ECOWAS vision. Slow policy implementation, economic disparities, and political instability continued to pose significant obstacles. ECOWAS often struggled to enforce its own rules, especially when dealing with its more powerful members, undermining its authority and effectiveness. These tensions simmered beneath the surface, threatening to destabilize the entire regional project. When crises hit, the cracks widened, exposing the fragility of the Union. The departure of Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali was the result of these unresolved issues, a stark reminder of the challenges facing the region. The dream of unity now faces its toughest test, requiring renewed commitment and innovative solutions. Can West Africa find a new way forward, reaffirming its commitment to regional integration and shared prosperity? Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali's exit from ECOWAS didn't happen overnight. Tensions had been building, especially after military coups in all three countries. ECOWAS responded with sanctions, closing borders, freezing assets, and imposing embargoes to pressure a return to civilian rule. The juntas argued these measures hurt ordinary people and ignored their fight against terrorism in the Sahel. They felt abandoned by ECOWAS, which they accused of acting under foreign influence. Instead, the three formed the Alliance of Sahel States, focused on mutual defense and sovereignty. For them, leaving ECOWAS was about reclaiming self-determination and security. This bold move deepened the regional rift and challenged the idea of West African unity. The consequences are still unfolding. At the heart of this growing divide is ECOWAS's unwavering zero-tolerance policy when it comes to military coups and unconstitutional changes of government. This stance has been a cornerstone of the organization's principles for years. It's rooted in its 2001 Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance, which demands swift and decisive action against any unconstitutional power grabs that threaten the stability of the region. When military coups struck Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger in quick succession, ECOWAS responded by swiftly suspending them and imposing stringent economic sanctions, hoping to force a return to democratic order. The bloc even threatened at one point military intervention in Niger, raising the stakes even higher. The juntas, however, claimed they acted decisively to save their nations from rampant corruption, widespread insecurity, and ineffective governance. They argued that ECOWAS's rigid stance ignored the urgent and pressing need for stability and security in the face of growing threats. This deadlock, democracy versus security, ultimately made compromise impossible. ECOWAS steadfastly insisted on an immediate return to civilian rule and constitutional order, while the juntas prioritized fighting terrorism and extremism and fundamentally reforming the state to address deep-seated issues. With neither side willing to back down or cede ground, a diplomatic impasse ensued. The result, a fundamental split in the region's fundamental approach to governance and regional security. The standoff has left West Africa, once a beacon of regional integration, more divided and fragmented than ever before. Can these fundamentally opposing visions for the future of West Africa ever truly be reconciled? In the wake of the split, Nigeria proposed the West African Economic Sphere, WAES. WAES is still just an idea, but it signals a shift, a more flexible, pragmatic approach to regional cooperation. Nigeria, the region's largest economy, wants to keep West Africa connected, economically and strategically. WAES would focus on trade and development, not strict political conditions. This could allow military-led governments to participate without immediate demands for civilian rule. It's a major departure from ECOWAS's hardline stance. Nigeria's move is both a response to reality and an attempt to maintain influence. The three breakaway states have proven resilient to sanctions. WAES offers a way to keep them engaged, prevent isolation, and protect vital trade links. It's a pragmatic gamble in a rapidly changing region. Will it work? Nigeria's invitation to Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali is both a gesture of reconciliation and a strategic move. Restoring trade and security ties is crucial. Instability in the Sahel directly affects Nigeria. WAES could revive disrupted trade routes and bypass ECOWAS's political deadlock. But it's also a power play. Leading WAES would cement Nigeria's dominance in the region. It's a way to counter growing Russian influence among the Sahelian states. Nigeria wants to keep regional matters in African hands, offering an alternative to foreign intervention. The invitation is about more than economics. It's about shaping the future balance of power. Will the breakaway states accept, and what will it mean for West Africa's unity? The stakes are high. Two blocs now threaten to fragment West Africa. For decades, ECOWAS pushed for integration. Now rivalry and confusion loom. Competing organizations could force countries to choose sides, complicating trade and security. The fight against terrorism in the Sahel demands unity, but division could create dangerous gaps. ECOWAS's commitment to democracy is also at risk. WAES's flexible stance may embolden future coups. Some argue a new bloc could offer practical solutions where ECOWAS has stalled. The future depends on whether these organizations compete or cooperate. Will West Africa find common ground or spiral into deeper division? The answer will shape the region's security, democracy, and prosperity. The crossroads is here. Which path will West Africa choose? The split has immediate economic fallout. ECOWAS's common market meant low tariffs and easy trade. Now, that's in jeopardy. Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali face new barriers, higher costs, and disrupted supply chains. Landlocked, they rely on coastal neighbors for imports and exports. Sanctions and political rifts have closed vital corridors. Nigeria's push for WAES is about restoring these links and protecting billions in cross-border trade. Ordinary people feel the impact. Farmers, merchants, and businesses struggle as costs rise and markets shrink. The dream of regional prosperity is under threat. Can WAES rebuild what's been lost? The answer will determine the region's economic future. The stakes couldn't be higher. West Africa faces its greatest uncertainty in decades. Two paths lie ahead: deeper division and conflict, or a new, flexible regionalism. ECOWAS could remain the guardian of democracy, while WAES focuses on pragmatic economic and security ties. For Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, WAES offers a lifeline. But isolation is still a risk. The choices made now will shape the region's future. Dialogue and pragmatism are needed more than ever. The story of ECOWAS, WAES, and the Sahelian nations is still unfolding. The next chapter will decide whether West Africa unites or fragments for good.